Story Chapter 1: Oak Ridge Ambitions. In the quaint and sun-dappled town of Oak Ridge, nestled between rolling hills and whispering pines, 17-year-old Mia Thompson felt the weight of potential wrapped in the monotony of small-town life. She sat in her bedroom, gazing out the window, where golden hour light painted the walls with warmth. An easel sat near the window, a half-finished canvas capturing a vibrant sunset scene, yet her mind wandered far beyond the horizon depicted in her artwork. Art was Mia's escape. She would immerse herself in colors and brushstrokes, finding solace and freedom that the confines of Oak Ridge rarely offered. Today, however, as she stared at the unfinished painting, her thoughts drifted to another realm, her digital universe, where her alias, Mystic Brush, roamed free. Online, Mia was not constrained by the expectations of family or the narrow perspectives of her classmates. She was a creator, sharing her art and musings with a community that spanned continents. It was an exhilarating contrast to the predictability of her immediate surroundings, providing a glimpse into worlds she yearned to explore. Her digital interactions felt more genuine than those in Oak Ridge. Among her online friends, one connection stood out: an enigmatic artist who called themselves Lone Wanderer. Their comments on her posts were thoughtful, their critiques insightful, and their own shared creations resonated with Mia's artistic soul. Often she would lose herself in their messages, which painted stories more vivid than any canvas. It was this bond that Mia found most alluring and mysterious. Lone Wanderer was not just a username. They were a kindred spirit who understood her passion without judgment, offering critiques and inspiration that spurred Mia's creativity to new heights. They spoke of photography, capturing moments in time that spoke volumes, much like her brush captured the ephemeral beauty of Oak Ridge sunsets. The idea of meeting anyone from her online world had always seemed distant to Mia, a notion tucked away in the realm of what-ifs. But then came the inviting message from Lone Wanderer, more personal and filled with promise. They proposed meeting at an art festival in the city nearby. The thought ignited both anticipation and trepidation within Mia. She wanted this real-world adventure, but doubts lingered. Skepticism was sown by her best friend, Lisa, who, though supportive, was cautious. Lisa warned her of the myriad dangers lurking online, tales of catfishing and deceit that colored her advice with earnest concern. But the thrill of stepping into the unknown tempted Mia, whispering possibilities that overshadowed her apprehensions. Chapter 2: New Perspectives. As days passed, Mia's mind swirled with what meeting Lone Wanderer could bring. Alone in her room, she crafted her decision, painting each scenario in her mind until she saw the vibrant potential clearer than the drab cages of fear she needed to shatter. Finally committing to the adventure, she told her parents a version of the truth, that she planned to attend the art festival with Lisa. It wasn't a complete fabrication. Lisa had agreed to the trip, albeit with reluctance, as a chaperone of sorts, though her mission was to ensure Mia's safety. Skeptic in hand, Lisa remained ever the faithful sidekick. Story. The morning of the festival, anticipation fluttered within Mia like 1,000 tiny butterflies. She packed her bag, placing her sketchbook and favorite pens beside her hopes, each item a token towards discovering what lay beyond the careworn borders of Oak Ridge. Lisa sat beside her on the train, earphones in her ears, gaze flicking between her phone and the streaming landscape. Mia watched the scenery change, fields and forests giving way to urban sprawl, tall buildings looming ever closer. She imagined them as towering canvases, waiting for stories to unfold upon their walls. Soon, they arrived at the festival, a kaleidoscope of color and culture sprawled across city streets. Music and voices interwove in a symphony of vitality, an energetic pulse inviting them into its dance. Mia's spirit soared at the possibilities unfolded before her. Navigating through exhibits, each booth revealed unique perspectives of the world, every artist's passion crafted seamlessly into their work. At each turn, Mia felt her senses quicken, her creative muse prodded awake by the vibrant surroundings. And then, as the sun dipped towards the horizon, casting playful shadows over the assembled masses, she found him, her lone wanderer. Aaron, as he introduced himself, stood at a stall adorned with stunning photographs. The captured images mirrored the depth and pathos Mia admired online. He was younger than she imagined, with a charismatic air and a smile that seemed to conceal stories untold. They exchanged names and pleasantries, the words forming a bridge from the digital into the palpable world. Acting a by-talk word at first, they soon fell into the rhythm of familiar conversation, like old friends who'd only been apart a short while. Aaron's eyes sparkled with the kind of zeal Mia had expected, his animated gestures painting pictures in the air as they spoke of art and passion. Lisa hovered nearby, casting a wary eye over their exchanges, though Mia had nearly forgotten her presence in the thrill of the moment. Together, Mia and Aaron wandered the festival grounds, their discussions flowing seamlessly, enriching the experience with every shared insight. As the evening wore on, Aaron suggested they collaborate on capturing the festival's essence, her art alongside his photography. The idea was intoxicating, blending their talents into something greater. He gestured toward a more secluded area of the park where they could work undisturbed. Instinct flared a brief warning, but the excitement overrode it. Mia agreed, imagining the brilliant pieces they would create together. Lisa cast her a hesitant look, her eyes stage whispering caution, yet Mia pressed on, led by Aaron toward the place of their grand creation. Chapter 3: Uneasy Revelations. The area Aaron chose was quiet, away from the festival's festive clamor. Tall trees guarded secrets amid their shadows, their branches swaying gently in the evening breeze. Aaron focused his camera on Mia as she sketched, capturing her concentration as much as the backdrop behind her. Story. At first, the collaboration brimmed with synergy. Aaron's photography captured moments, freezing the effervescence of human connection and artistry. Mia's sketches added spontaneous layers, visualizing emotions Aaron expertly documented. The creative exchange sang of potential, each newly conceived piece resonating more powerfully than the last. Yet beneath the artistic union, strange tensions simmered. Their dialogue began to falter as subtle inconsistencies surfaced. Aaron's stories sometimes slipped in detail, anecdotes that once connected, frayed under scrutiny. But each time Mia's doubts rose, his charismatic manner disarmed her, pulling their collaboration back into focus. Hours passed before Mia noticed her phone had multiple notifications. Messages from Lisa painted a vivid picture of concern. She side-eyed Aaron and excused herself, stepping away under the ruse of a bathroom break. She read Lisa's texts, filled with unease at the secluded spot and urging Mia to regroup. Turning back toward Aaron, Mia resolved to follow Lisa's advice. But as she approached, she noticed him snapping candid shots, movements deliberate and almost predatory. She widened her gaze. Around her were images, not just of her, but of various festival goers, their expressions candid, almost vulnerable. His explanation, when queried, flowed smoothly. He was capturing authentic moments for a project, he claimed. But Mia's confidence waned, each photographed stranger weaving unease into her spirit. Chapter 4: Unraveling the Threads. A week passed as Mia wrestled with her burgeoning doubts. She interacted less with the online world, each login marred by whispers of deception. Her messages with Aaron took on a stilted quality, tainted by distrust. Lisa's company provided welcome distraction, steering Mia towards activities that grounded her in Oak Ridge's unchanged essence. They spent afternoons at their favorite cafe, poring over books and indulging in warm pastries, trying to anchor her in a reality less questioned than her digital realm. Then, one evening, as Mia revisited Aaron's profile for clues, she received an unexpected message from a stranger named Silent Observer. Their claim was chilling. Aaron was exploiting those he befriended online, using their collaborations for personal gain, selling photographs without consent. The message detailed incidents eerily similar to Mia's own experience. Her heart pounded. Had she unwittingly been caught in such a deception? Confounded, she sought proof of such betrayal, sifting through memories and digital trails, unraveling the facade until Aaron stood bare before her suspicions. With the truth unveiled, a plan began to form. It hinged on deception of her own, a retreat from a game she'd naively entered. If Aaron intended to manipulate, she would play her part, drawing herself away from his tangled web. Chapter 5: A Bold Escape Story. With Lisa's aid, the plan quickly took shape. They would confront Aaron together, but on their terms, severing her ties with him cleanly and succinctly. Mia reached out under the guise of continuing their artistic endeavor, detailing an obscure rendezvous where Aaron would supposedly acquire new, intriguing material for his project. Lisa positioned herself well within sight, her presence a steadfast reassurance. At the arranged location, a nondescript corner of town with enough bustle to provide witnesses should things turn awry, Mia faced down the man she once considered an artistic soulmate. Her voice, steady with resolve, delivered the confrontation, revealing what she'd learned. Aaron shrank back, surprise marbling his features before slipping into indignant denial. But Mia maintained her composure, armed not just with truth, but with the strength of conviction Lisa's presence bolstered. She laid out the evidence, pointed out the inconsistencies, her words sharper than any knife. The street, alive with the normalcy of people going about their day, served as a perfect backdrop for the unveiling of Aaron's artifice. He fumbled for a counter-argument, yet each attempt unraveled into the ether, insubstantial against the weight of Mia's accusations. Lisa stepped forward, her reassuring gaze meeting Mia's. She had always been the anchor, the tether to reality when Mia's dreams threatened to carry her away. "It's over, Aaron. Mia has friends who truly see her, and they won't let her be part of something so tainted." Confronted by the undeniable resolve of the two girls, Aaron's bravado crumbled. He offered a weak defense, citing artistic freedom and misunderstood intentions, but Mia saw through the charade. The digital mask had slipped, revealing not a kindred spirit, but a hollow shell fueled by selfishness. With a final, cutting remark, Mia turned away, leaving Aaron amidst the now whirling tide of strangers, the world a blur as she reclaimed her distance, her dignity. Walking shoulder to shoulder with Lisa, Mia felt the beginning threads of healing start to weave through her heart. Chapter 6: Returning Home. The return to Oak Ridge was a balm, a cocoon where Mia could process and mend. Her family, initially unaware of the trials she faced, now wrapped her in understanding warmth. Their presence and Lisa's unfailing loyalty formed a tapestry of support where she could rediscover herself. Days became weeks, and while the sting of betrayal remained, it dulled as Mia invested more deeply in her inner circle, those whose bonds were formed face to face. The internet was no longer an escape, but merely another tool in her creative repertoire, used with newfound discernment. Art, once tinged by shadow and doubt, began to brighten. Mia painted more freely, incorporating lessons learned from both her digital misadventure and the unwavering truths of real human connection. Her work spoke of resilience and discovery, each piece a testament to her journey through the digital abyss and back to authenticity. Story with Lisa by her side, Mia started a community art project, reaching out to local talents who thrived in more than just virtual spaces. They painted murals across Oak Ridge, vivid testimonies of community and shared experience. These acts of creation were not only healing for Mia, but fostered bonds that pulled Oak Ridge together in ways she'd never imagined. Chapter 7: Lessons Learned. Mia's journey had forged resilience, a quality she initially hadn't recognized within herself. The juxtaposition between her digital exile and flesh and blood connections had illuminated truths she once overlooked. Her art, more nuanced and profound, reflected her evolution, and her once small-seeming world of Oak Ridge now seemed filled with promise. The memories of Aaron lingered like an old painting, serving as both a cautionary tale and a reminder of her strength. Mia's story, shared with friends and family, became not just a personal narrative, but a broader lesson in navigating the online world with caution, courage, and insight. With galleries courting her new, mature work, Mia's upcoming showcase was more than just about art. It was a celebration of growth, symbolic of turning trials into talent and distrust into direction. Her online persona had developed a new aura, honest and persistent, drawing people now with integrity rather than illusion. As the gallery opening approached, Mia knew she was no longer the same girl who wandered into a digital dream. Oak Ridge had once seemed a stepping stone before the grand world beyond, but now it was home, rich and replete with truth and trust. Amidst the excitement, Lisa squeezed Mia's hand before the crowd, a silent promise of their enduring friendship. It echoed louder than any applause, a heart's reminder that connections born from shared laughter and tangible presence surpass the allure of any digital delight. Mia's story was one of caution and courage, a journey through the digital abyss that brought her back to the truest connections of all. The gallery lights dazzled, an audience waiting, and Mia, ever the artist at heart, embraced this tangible tapestry her life had become, ready to paint yet another scene filled with newfound anchorage and wisdom.